Hey there, YouTube. How you doing today? Everybody out there ready for the weekend? I am. We're going to have we don't have the perfect weather we had here for 4 or 5 days, but it's still going to be pretty nice this weekend. But we're fully into spring, no more cool nights, and we're just marching forward into summer. But that's okay. Can't hate on summer. I mean, I do like a little bit of cool weather, but nice balance. I thought that today I would just kind of finish off the week with a kind of an informal chat, just a little chit chat about a number of different little subjects on the raw vegan, and I got a couple of tips for you to follow up on the breath that I was talking about in the last video. So, hey, you know what to do. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, go hit that red subscribe button. Come back and check out a little bit more of my content. This is just going to be some of the practical stuff I like to share for your raw vegan diet, and a lot of times you'll have people out there there's people that probably watch me that aren't trying to do a fully raw vegan diet, maybe not be doing a raw vegan diet at all. You can apply this to a number of things, some of the points anyway. So, and hey, sometimes you get the angry person, the angry keto or meat person that stumbles in. And I'm not like a lot of vegans and stuff out there. I don't get real emotional when you're telling me about the meat you're eating. I'm like, you're eating it. I ain't got no skin in the game. I don't have any skin in the game for what anybody else eats out there because I'm not digesting it. I'm not processing it. So, I mean, like I've said before, you can take one of your old tires out in the backyard and cut a piece of it off and eat it, but I don't recommend it. Number one thing on a raw vegan diet or anything you're trying to do is consistency. It's not about, doing something one day. It's not about doing something every once in a while. And it's also not about like if you make a mistake or if you mess up or if you eat something that you're beating yourself up about. It's about what you're doing all the time, day in, day out. So just work on doing those same things over and over. I did a video a couple of weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, a week ago, I don't know, time always all kind of just melts together, where I was talking about the 3 things I do every day and just keep it simple. Like I'll usually have a fruit meal every day, and that can be chopped fruit. That could be anywhere from eating a papaya to eating some mango and bananas. It can be a fruit smoothie, or it can be banana and ice cream like I had this morning. And then most days, I would say 5 days, probably 6 days out of the week, I'll have a big salad. And also probably 5 days out of the week, about 5 days out of the week, I will have a big green smoothie. Now that might sound boring to a lot of people, but my salads, like I was talking with Lissa's Raw Food Romance yesterday, we were talking about salads, and I was just talking about how, I eat a salad every day, but it's just so diverse. I mean, it's not like, I just have a big bed of lettuce every day. You've seen me build my salads. You saw probably that, was it the last video or the video before that? And I pack stuff in there. On any given day, I might have 7, 8, 9 different things mixed in there with my lettuce. So it's all about just finding that, kind of almost like finding a formula that works for you, and just plugging it in and just doing it over and over and over. Now that's not just, don't get too repetitive, and that's not to say you have to eat the same thing all the time. It's just I'm very utilitarian. I've always been very utilitarian when it comes to food. Even when I was not eating so well, I had a lot of periods where I did eat well, but even when I wasn't eating well, I didn't have that much time to think about food, put into food. So I would just eat these certain things over and over and over, and I kind of do the same thing on a vegan diet, but I mix it up. I mean, I do mix it up, and like I say, within the things that I eat all the time, like my salads, it's not the same every day because I got different salad dressings, different things in there, this and that. But another one too, as I've mentioned over and over and over, these are just kind of like my basics, kind of like I say, the fundamentals of the game. Any sports people out there, when you slip up or when you can think you slip up, a lot of times people didn't really slip up. When they slip up, don't overcorrect. Don't overcorrect. If after you see, let's just say you saw this at 3 o'clock in the afternoon and you went out on a Friday night and you ate, we'll even go so far as say you ate the worst possible thing you could even eat, for whatever reason whatsoever. What do you do tomorrow? You just jump back on that consistency. You jump right back on the thing that you do all the time. it just tends to be become this back and forth when people like they do something like that and then, well, I'm just going to not eat anything tomorrow, or for the next 2 days I'll drink nothing but juice. At some point, like I say, you got to figure it out, and that just doesn't work. So I think the best thing you can do, no matter how mad you think you slip up, just get right back to your program. When people don't eat fully raw, or like, let's say you're trying to stay fully raw, because there are people out there that are striving to be fully raw. I'm not fully raw. I've said that many times, but there may be somebody new in here. Go watch a number of my videos where I talk about the certain cooked foods I'll eat and why I eat them from time to time. But if you're trying to stay fully raw and you're kind of a raw as law person and you get upset and you think you've slipped up when you eat cooked food, the best advice I can give you, and I could even give you this even if you're not trying to be raw and you're just following a whole food plant-based diet. Well, that's kind of redundant, because there's people that don't eat animal products, but they're not really eating whole food plant-based products. They're eating, like, the fake meats and the fake this and the fake that and this and that in the store. And I'm not being the food police. I'm just saying, when you're trying to be raw, if you are going to eat cooked food, eat whole foods. I basically stick to a couple or three things when I do eat cooked foods. Potatoes, mostly sweet potatoes, beans. In the legume family, we have like a lot of the purple hull peas, black-eyed peas, butter beans in the summer. And I'm not really a rice eater, and that's not because, I don't think rice is this or that. I just don't care for rice, and I'd rather get a little bit more nutrition if I am going to eat something like that. So I'll eat some quinoa. I eat quinoa very seldom. And as my weight's kind of stabilized over the last year to where I don't eat, like, I never was eating a lot of cooked food, but I'm even eating less now. Like, I think I had some sweet potatoes about 2 weeks ago, and that's the only cooked food I can remember eating, like, in the last month. But stick to those whole foods. And a little mind trick, kind of a Jedi trick here, is when you're having trouble, when you're struggling, and people always talk about this with their cravings and their food addictions and their comfort eating and this and that, you just kind of have to trick your mind into the certain things. Now, you're going to always make little slip ups. But what I'm talking about, let's say you've gone vegan and now you see somebody a pizza or something, because that's personal to me, because I remember when I first went raw vegan, I had been eating pizza all the time. I'd go downtown in San Jose, Costa Rica for a slice of pizza. When I went vegan, did I not think that pizza tastes good anymore? No, it still tastes good. Did I not even still want it? Sometimes, yes, but I knew what this does when it enters my body, and like I said, that was the trick, or the switch I flipped in my head. It wasn't my food anymore. So if you just kind of put it like that, well, it doesn't matter. Yes, that looks good. Yes, that looks tasty. I'm sure it would be really good, but it's not my food. And know why you're not eating that. And if you kind of have your whys, then there's a little bit better chance that you'll stick to your program. And with summer coming, final food tip, with summer coming, stay hydrated. And whenever you can, eat your hydration. When the summertime comes around, I drink less and less water, depending on the melon situation. When I'm getting good watermelon, I hydrate heavily with watermelon juice in the summer, and I just like it. And as soon as I start eating the watermelon, there's 100 questions that come out. Well, why don't you eat it instead of juice it? I just like to make big batches of it and sip it and suck it down. And I do eat it. When the melons are really good, I do eat them. So stay hydrated during the summer. Start early. Whether you're eating for your hydration or drinking water, drinking juice, whatever, start early in the summer. And remember to just, be aware of that throughout the day. Now, a couple of tips on the breath. As I told you in the last video, I'm reading the book Breathe by old senile Jack. I can't think of the name right now, but and I've been reading it most of yesterday and today. anyhow, just a few little takeaways from that so far, and also certain things I already knew, and certain little things that I'm doing that you can actually do. Now, when it comes to breath work, I just want to say I'm no expert, and nothing I'm ever sharing here. I'm not trying to teach you or give you any methods. I just kind of like I say, I like to share principles, fundamentals, but I expect you to go kind of do a little work on your own. But most people can do some sort of breath work. There are certain breath works that are not good for people with epilepsy, high blood pressure, really serious anxiety. But those are mostly, I think, things like more aggressive breath work, just simple deep breathing. I think you'll be okay with, but always check that kind of stuff out. The biggest thing that I have taken away from this book that I kind of knew before, but I just didn't know exactly how important it was, is we need to, more than anything else, we need to be breathing through our nose. Most people are not breathing through their nose for some reason. And the things I'm reading are like just amazing. Like, so many in our evolutionary process, like how we've, like our whole bodies, our heads, our nose, our nasal cavities, everything have kind of developed in a corrupted way based on the way we do things now. And we don't tend to inhale through the nose, and we become mouth breathers. Now, I've always joked about that. I call people that I'm like, don't be a mouth breather or whatever. And I've always known that, but I do that a lot. But I didn't realize that even when you're sleeping, that's why that people have so many health issues, and beyond snoring and sleep apnea, just breathing through your mouth causes this whole laundry list of things to go wrong in your body. I highly recommend you read about this and kind of plug in a little bit. It's not like you have to throw yourself into some hard new practice. It can be just as simple as a few minutes of breath work every day. So inhale through the nose. Practice outside. It doesn't have to be even formal breath work. Like, I don't have it on right now because I just got out of the shower a little bit ago, but I've got one of these little bracelet things, rubber, silicone, whatever you call them, that just says breathe on it, and it reminds me. And since since this past weekend, when I kind of did a deep dive on breath work and things, breathing, and since I've been reading this book, I've been more aware. I've been more aware to keep my mouth closed. And even one step further, and there's a lot of people, I don't know about this, and especially with all this beard and whatever, I think probably starting next week, I'm going to start experiment with taping my mouth at night. And it's not obtrusive. In fact, they say, like, get a little bit of surgical tape, tape it, and you still, so you don't feel claustrophobic. It's not like you're sealed shut. I'm not talking about just like, zipping your lip, but just even breathing throughout the night, because there are things that I read that you can get from when you mouth breathe at night, and I have it every night, and that's dry mouth. I drink water all throughout the night. So just kind of excited to see where this breath work practice is going to take me. And as I said, I haven't shared since I did that video, but I'm going to be sharing a lot of the breath stuff that I'm learning and just want to pass on my Facebook page, which is Raw Tropical Living as well. And that is the Facebook page, not the group. I've got both, but the group is really inactive right now, and I haven't even, like, all the requests to join have just been going straight to a folder. But the page, I will be sharing some more there. But anyhow, this little chat got a little long here today, but hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you have a beautiful weekend. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you here again on Monday. Peace.